deal with both Wolf's Blaster, just control of neutral, and also Joker's ability to just get in so much damage in a very low amount of time. LingLing has that damage output ready and raring to go. Combo games should be, good for 1v1s. But other than that, I'm expecting a full 5-game set. These two are really close.
So here's my thing. As far as I can tell, let me double check with Koba, but I think this should be semis?
Yeah, semis.
And if it's semis, that means it will be a best of 3. We're only doing finals, best of 5. So this will be the last best of 3 for the day, if I have that correct. I'm taking a look here. Okay. Going off stage, the Joker goes real low. I don't even know what's going on down there. Somebody gonna die. It looks like Scott gets a reversal, but of course,
he tried to get the taunts! And the OP! Scott, you're insane!
That's
He's still gonna pull it off.
Don't play with him, you know what I mean?
Right.
Scott will kill you, man. Those 0 to death combos, he got those. The up B out of shield, he'll do it. Down throw to up B out. Scott is, arguably probably one of the best BG mains just in general. A lot of people don't even play the character. I look at Scott never dropped from Smash 4 really. And he's doing phenomenally with the character as of late. And just kind of in general, but beautiful edge guard from LingLing off the right side there on the sharp. And Scott sending my man to the Shadow Realm, but Arsene is such a homie. Gonna go ahead and pull him back.
And they're going to be able to convert onto a kill onto Scott. LingLing at this point, really just trying to hold on. Again, I haven't seen too much Joker gameplay, if I'm being completely honest. And from what I've seen, it's really just going to come down to how I think Sharp or Xaria, I think Xaria, how Xaria is going to be able to just kind of manage Arsene, manage the media the entire time, and just being able to just stay away. You can actually see Scott, even though he's at a pretty low %, he's going to stay very hesitant when Arsene is on the map.
Yeah, now one thing I don't really know is how Joker's meter correlates with kind of the multiplier in doubles and whatnot, and how it racks up damage that way.
Right.
But the thing is, if you're Joker and you're getting hit, you're not even complaining, because that just means Arsene's going to be out by the time you're at 50%. All right, cool, already. Oh my god, he chose that entire force smash, my man's dome. Get bodied, Scott. But with that said, I mean, Joker has so many tools. Oh no.
Here it comes. No, the up B getting blocked. Yeah, no, this is exactly what I mentioned before. The 1v1s, if Scott can get in some sort of scenario like that, Luigi can pull off a 0 to death in the span of 10 seconds. You give him that time, and he will convert. It was super close, and he's still going. Xaria down to about 88%. Almost everyone down to their last stock, except for LingLing. It's coming down to it.
There we go. You see Scott reading a tech in place there, unable to extend the conversion. Whoa, where are you going, buddy? Only gets punished by an up air, though, so he's going to be happy with that. Of course, using that Cyclone on the way down, won't get punished by the forward smash, but Scott pushing forward because he was waiting for Xaria. He did 2 jabs. He thought Xaria was going to try to punish him for going for the 3rd, but then Xaria just waited still.
Both of them still living.
But
Scott approaching. Oh, Scott has been pulling off that down B way too much. He's been way too dependent on it. LingLing in a very doable 1v2 with both players at a really high %. LingLing just pulling out that those back airs, knowing that's, probably will kill.
Yeah, and you're going to see him using a whole lot of Peach Bomb. Now, granted, in the last patch, they did nerf it quite a bit, so it's a little bit easier to hit and punish when it landed on shield. Look at that, dragged out up air to jab. I like it. But the other thing, there we go. I was going to say, they're so high up, and it's such a safe move. Peach is like one of the few characters in the game that really has an option of throwing out pretty safe attacks on shield. Oh yeah. It might be like -2, -3. You can go ahead and do a full cancel nair, dash back, full cancel back air over and over. You're really just kind of stuck there a lot of times. Like right here, see him full cancel nair, immediately spot dodging and tries to move out of the way. So LingLing having a pretty good time here, but needs to watch out. Snipe. Oh, he got so close to getting hit by the Wolf Flash. Gonna reset the edge guard right here. Throw out the turnip. Nice catch. Goes under the stage as well, and even after the nerfed hitbox on that up special, still able to hit LingLing on the way up. Full cancel back here. Send it back.
Acting as a sort of a stun. Both of these players are really high %. LingLing and Sharp don't exactly have a lot of experience in this matchup, so or against one another in the head-to-head. So this is pretty much a dream match here in our region, and it looks like LingLing is going to win their first encounter. The 1v1 taken by LingLing is going to cross Scott and LingLing to that 1-0 mark.
Yeah, shout out to Scott too.
Oh yeah.
For by the time that LingLing got put in that 2v1 scenario, there's already enough damage racked up on the both players that like all right, I can like kind of press the buttons, and hopefully one of them died, and one of them did.
Oh yeah.
And in that last scenario there, we saw LingLing took advantage of a very strong situation for Peace. We saw a Sharp jump with his face toward LingLing. So what does that mean, right? That means he can either go for forward air, he's probably not going to go for up air, he could go for up air, or he can go for nair. Those are 3 options he has. Really only the back air is the one he can't use while front facing. But in that same vein, unless he went for nair there in that scenario, pretty much any aerial that LingLing's going to do is going to be faster than what anything Whoop's going to do in that scenario.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, all right, I'm going to throw out a back air because I know even if they traded, he's going to win. He's going to win there no matter what.
Yeah,
so
and the
really,
back air is going to do the most damage.
Oh, he's going to do damage.
Yeah.
Got the knockback of the gods. Had he done nair even, it probably would have KO'd as well. So like, he really set himself up there to go ahead and secure that KO. And now Sharp needs to be looking out for that a little bit more. He did that jump and probably even regretted it in that moment. Probably needed to immediately air dodge or something, because there's no way he's going to be able to beat out LingLing in that scenario.
Yeah, it's just going to come down to very, very small plays at this point, because again, Luigi, I mean, we saw earlier on from Scott, he both has a really good hold in neutral, but also a really good hold offstage. We saw that just kind of random down air just to try to catch the Arsene up B, and it worked out in his favor. But again, Arsene being Arsene was able to return, but Scott has to do just one thing that I see, one big thing that I see wrong with Scott's gameplay at the moment. He knows that this is doubles. He knows that he has 2 targets to aim at. He's pulling out the tornado to try to catch both of them at the same time, but he's pulling it out a little bit too much. He's pretty much overextending on those attacks, again, a little bit too much. I want to see, you know, some more combos from Scott, just a little bit more fundamentals from him, I guess you could say.
Well, so I think the thing about Scott is I think he's done a pretty good job there. He's trying to go for the up tilt to the super jump punch, and that is a true combo if he's able to line it up correctly, but was unfortunately unable to find the mark right there. But the thing about Scott is that, you know, you say he's been using a lot of the cyclones, and I'm wondering if he's just kind of still playing last patch. Because in this patch, they removed the ability where he was able to beautiful up BF shield from Scott there. So they removed the ability for him to use the Cyclone like off a platform and maintain full invincibility when he was doing it. So this time, what Scott's doing, he's getting punished for it. He's no longer invincible. He's just going to get hit out of it. Oh, yeah. Maybe that's something he hasn't quite adjusted to yet. Because it's still fairly recent change.
Scott again, he's at super late percent on the second stock. He really just needs to kind of get away from these interactions, just kind of let LingLing do his thing, try to convert with LingLing at this point, because Scott has been taking on way too many losing 1v1s, and it ends up with Scott already going down to his last stock.
Nice.
Nice. Great Cyclone there. Taking down both, well, not taking down both players, but connecting with both players. Taking away Sharp.
And the other scary thing here is that for Xaria, every time LingLing gets sent off stage, he's like, oh crap, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? Because if he has to recover low, Xaria can just go out there and use a Card or a Tetracard, whichever one that is, a Joker's counter, and basically stuff out the Parasol. He's like, all right, I have to recover high whenever this guy's trying to aggress on me. You don't want to be forced into a recovery option. It makes your gameplay a whole lot more linear. You're going to be trying to avoid that scenario with Xaria. But with that said, he does have Scott waiting in the wings here, pushing his way forward, making great use of the Fireball, contain space. No, where was he didn't think he could drift back that far. Beautiful. Oh no.
He's sending his LingLing. And kind of helping out his teammate, the Parasol actually going to make it back. Again, LingLing is still holding on to that second stock. It's almost literally the same scenario as the last game that we have. Scott is really late, but he's just going to have to pull out as much damage as he can, but it doesn't work out. LingLing is actually going to help out Scott at this point, share the stock so they can just approach these two very low percent players, you know, on this blue team. So, I mean, let's see how it works out, Flambeau. I don't know. This is probably the best opportunity that Xaria and Sharp has had so far to beat Scott and LingLing in a game.
You're getting ever so close. Really need that final hit on a LingLing. How will they find it? The up air from Joker, not quite enough. Didn't have Arsene, not going to pack enough bite. But, I mean, with that said, in the same vein, Xaria doesn't have a whole lot of damage racked up on him. 53, not a bad amount, but also has no meter. So it's going to be perfectly fine for him. Beautiful catch from LingLing to go ahead and turn this around. And now we have Arsene-less Xaria trying to do the 2v1 here and almost gets hooked by the up air. It's going to be a perfect punch, though, with the forward smash. You can do drag down up air into whatever you want here. Don't let LingLing get an inch. Another hit from LingLing, and now Arsene, he's on deck here. Can Xaria make this happen?
Dash attack. LingLing off stage. Got to make it back with a back air. Oh, nice block.
There it is.
And the back air is going to connect, and that's a great 2v1 there from Xaria. And like I said before, Sharp went down really low in percent, but that was the best opportunity that these two would have to take a game off of Scot and LingLing, and they took full advantage of it. I'm loving the play so far from these two. Lots of synergy between Xaria and Sharp. And now it's just going to come down to a game 3. It's going to come down to the mentality of these two very young players. And, you know, I say very young because Scot and LingLing, they're late 20s already, right?
Yeah, I think
they're like
I think
two veterans in our community.
Scot, you know, probably, I actually don't know how old Scot is. I want to say he's like mid-20s, probably my age, around like 24,
mid-20s.
25. I think LingLing's like well into his 30s at this point, though. I don't even know. I'm like, isn't he like 32, 33? I could have it completely wrong, to be honest. Ling, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, bro, but I could have sworn. I mean, he works at the barbershop with the Clippers and everything. He got to be at least 30, right? You know, with Corona in hand and everything.
Right.
But no, yeah, you know, definitely, I guess, if you're looking at the grand scheme of age, yeah, definitely a little bit of team old versus team new. Not to say that any of these other players are like new to the scene per se. Sharp's actually been around for a while,
Right.
Just kind of a little bit on the younger end. So we're gonna see where they go for game 3. Looks like it will be Battlefield.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna see if we have any character swaps. I imagine probably not. And we went back and forth. It seems to be pretty well. There we go. Luigi, Peach, hovering over Joker. Just hasn't loaded in the like little character image. There it is. And you got the little schoolboy Joker. Gonna learn today.
Yep. Zarya tried to teach these two a lesson. Already did so in that second game, but try to go even further. Hopefully they can have a little bit more of a, I guess more of a commanding win in this game 3. But ladies and gentlemen, this is it. I think this is either losers semis or losers quarters.
Quarters up there, so I'm gonna go with that.
Right. So again, this is best of 3, so it's gonna come down to it, my friend.
All right, let's check it out. Runs back, throws out the A-ha. That damage over time ability. Going ahead and racking it up, throwing out some nairs as well. And I actually like the play from Xaria. He's actually not really approaching at all. Kind of sitting in the back, kind of camping people out, throwing out these A-has here and there. Try and rack up a little bit of extra damage and throwing out these meaty hitboxes like Joker's Nair or try and catch someone so they get sent his way. But look, Scot was getting ready to explode.
He already pulled off a combo earlier on to get Sharp at a pretty late percent. I think 70% one combo, and he's still going. You know, mid-air, he can already catch you off with a down air and just start going at you. I love that whole mechanic from Scot's Luigi, essentially. Just his Luigi in general. He said himself personally, he has one of the most Luigiest Luigis in the game. Don't know how that works, but that's his words, not mine. So far, Xaria and Sharp already down. No tech coming in from Scot. That's very uncharacteristic. So even strength on everyone, as LingLing just wasn't able to hold on to that stock. And I mean, we're back at it. It's a 2-stock game.
And there we go. That back air from Wolf still forever potent. You know, his kid's taking some hits, but that back air is still strong AF. Moving on this Battlefield game. We're watching Scot throw out that tornado one more time. I think there was a stitch there for a second as well, but nobody getting blown up. And Ling trying to extend his damage. And there we go. That Hara or whatever coming out from. Oh my God, I keep forgetting the guy's name. Xaria, there we go.
It's all right.
It's all right, Xaria, let's go. I'm trying to see who's going to be able to pull ahead here. The break dance coming out from Scot. Goes for a super jump punch out of shield. And I think he gets hit by a sour spot of the back air as well. Not even the strongest punish possible. And Scot only sitting at like 56%, so keep going for this.
Oh, the tornado!
Boom, everybody is here, baby.
Exactly, my friend. Everyone connecting with that cyclone. The down tilt. Tried a 2-frame, but it's not going to work out. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's actually insane.
You know why that was so great?
Good stuff, good
Because
stuff.
we saw, all right, first he sends one off stage, right? Then he meets them when recovering to the ledge, forcing one of them to trump, gets back on stage, goes for the dash attack, sends both of them off stage. Since they're both going for the ledge, one of them is going to have to trump the other, and he's able to confirm both of them with that down smash. It was actually a brilliant play coming out from Scot there as he tries to extend more, trying to go
combo.
for more, but the laser stopping Scot from extending any further.
Yeah, there's that synergy between Xaria and Sharp. We haven't exactly seen either one of these players do like really big at a big event, but these two, they've stayed, you know, kind of lower down in terms of tournaments with dubs, but in the blink of an eye, we see Sharp going down, and Xaria is already down to his last stock. He's in a very steep 1v2. I don't think he can do it. He's already super off stage. He doesn't have Arsene. He's just going to have to fall down. Scot and LingLing, they hold on to those last stocks. They hold on to game 3, and we're going to be seeing them in the next round, man.
Yeah, I'm wondering who they have to go up against in that spot, though, of course, would be the, loser semis coming up next. We're gonna